Hi guys, my name is Elsavella and I am 34 years old, and I'm sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. But anyway, I decided that I wanted to make these videos specifically about my eye condition that I have that's called achromatopsia. And I'm pretty sure most of you that are tuning in know what achromatopsia is. But if you don't, achromatopsia is an eye condition in where you are, or technically you're considered legally blind or partially sighted, because you're not blind, but you're legally blind, which means you can only see to a certain amount. So like, I know there is some people that drive out there, but the majority of us don't drive. We're colorblind, we're extremely light sensitive, and we're very nearsighted. And some of us have, it's called nystagmus, which means your eyes kind of like wiggle or wobble. But anyway, so I decided I wanted to make these videos specifically for parents of children that have achromatopsia. I'm in a lot of achromatopsia groups, and there's a lot of parents out there who don't really know too much about achromatopsia, or are going on there because they're looking for help or advice, or just, you know, want support to know how to, you know, help and care for their child, which I totally get. So I wanted to make these videos specifically, excuse me, for those type of people. But today I just I have a whole a list of things I want to talk about, but just for this video specifically, I want to use it like as my intro video to tell you guys a little bit about myself before we move on to all that other good stuff. But anyway, so obviously I was born with this condition. My mother had 5 children, all a year apart, and then 16 years later she had me. So I have siblings that are a lot older than me, and then there's me. So, are you falling over back there, lady? Sorry. Anyway, so I have 3 siblings, which are a lot older than me, that have achromatopsia, and then there's me. So my parents had 6 children, and 2 of them don't have achromatopsia, and 4 of them do. And 2 of us are girls, which, if you don't know, achromatopsia is it's rare, but it's even rarer like in girls. So me and my sister are special. But anyway, I have a lot of stories and stuff from, you know, things that they went through, and I have a lot of stories about what I went through growing up. But anyway, so I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I moved to El Paso, Texas. I think it was when I was around 12 years old. My mother moved to El Paso to take care of her parents, and of course she brought me with her. All my other siblings were already grown, married, had kids, so they didn't have to come along, but I did because I'm the baby. And I've been living here ever since. It's a lot different from LA, but I kind of miss home, but at the same time it's nice here because over there it's, you know, the city's so cluttered and busy and just packed with people. But one of the things that I liked about over there was I learned a lot, especially during my school years. For whatever reason, I can't remember what type of therapy it was, but it was like during school hours, you had a certain teacher that would come to the school, and she would like train you on all these things, whether it be learning how to read and write Braille, and which I never did because I just didn't really see the need for it, or they train you on the cane, which I did learn, and also how to use like your, really, I can't think of what it's called. It's like a little bioptic type thing that you're able to use to see the board, or to just in life in general to read things from far away, since we can't see too good from far away. But what are you doing back? Oh, you want to be in the video? Really, this is supposed to be my intro video. This is my daughter Justice. Say hi. Hi. And now you don't want to say nothing? Figures. Sorry. Anyway, so I think it's a good thing to learn how to use a cane, but now as an adult, I don't ever use it. I do recommend it though, like if you go to an amusement park or like a concert or somewhere that's really crowded, because I feel like it kind of helps people just assume that you're totally blind, so they kind of tend to give you your space, which is really nice if you're at a concert or at an amusement park, because you know, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really like too many people in my bubble. And then I'm always bumping into people if everything's like really crowded. So that's kind of nice when you have your own little space. So in that way, I do recommend the walking cane. But now as an adult, honestly, with something that I really rely on is my cell phone. My cell phone is my greatest, most awesomest tool, because usually when you're trying to read something that's small print, all I gotta do is just bust out my phone, take a picture of it, zoom in, and I can read it. If I'm at the grocery store and I want to see the ingredients on a particular item, take a picture of it or just zoom in with the camera and I can see whatever it says. So that's handy. Also, like sometimes I'm sitting far from the TV and I want to put it to a specific channel, but I can't see the little numbers, you know, like they come pop on the screen. So I bust out my phone, zoom in, and I can do it that way. So I think now technology is a lot better than it was back then. So like I said, I think a cell phone is a necessity. I use it for everything. I use it for Google Maps. I personally don't drive, but I have two older brothers that do, or should I say did. I started driving when I was about 15 or 16. But honestly, I lost my nerve and I would never ever drive now. I would never do that. It's so scary. I do a lot of walking, or I used to ride a bike to get to places close by. But honestly, I grew to hate bicycles because of how much wear and tear it took on my body. I had to take my son to school, pick him up, drop him off and pick him up every day, and it was like a mission to ride my bike to to take him every day. And then he's big, so pulling him along with me just really did a lot to my body. So I hate bicycles now. But actually what I drive now, it looks like a scooter, but it's not. It's actually a really fancy mobility scooter that has 2 seats. So I love it. And like I said, it looks like a scooter, kind of like a moped type thing, but it's a mobility scooter. Essentially what it really is, it's like an electric fancy wheelchair. So it's not designed for the street, it's designed for the sidewalk. So I don't ever drive on the street. I specifically drive on the sidewalk. Because it's technically a mobility scooter, you can take it into a store, like a grocery store. I never do, but I love having, like, knowing that I have that option. But that's really what I use a lot, to take my son to school, to pick him up, to run errands close by around my house. I love it. It's better than a bike, I'll tell you that. It's electric, so all you gotta do is plug it in to charge it. I think it goes 15 miles per hour and it has a 40-mile charge. So that's really how I do a lot of my errands around my house. Now when it comes to like the actual grocery store, or going to doctor's appointments, or going places that are further, I do depend on people giving me rides. It's either my husband, my mother-in-law, our family friends, my nephew, you know, anybody that's available really to be kind enough to give me a ride somewhere. That's a lot of the ways I get around if it's somewhere further around my house. But a lot of people ask me if I'm scared to drive my mobility scooter, or if I've had any accidents. And no, it's a mobility scooter, so it goes pretty slow. I think I would be scared if it goes really fast, but I don't drive it as fast as it can go. I can see, okay, let's make that clear. I feel like a lot of people don't understand achromatopsia and they think you're like super blind. you're able to see things around you. You're just not able to see things in detail. Like I run into people that I know all the time at a grocery store, just out in public. I can see that there's people there, but I can't recognize who you are unless I'm literally like 3 to 4 feet like directly in front of your face. I'm not going to be able to see you. So a lot of people are like, oh, I passed right by you and you didn't say anything, or you didn't say hi. And it's like, yeah, because I didn't see you. You have to like wave me down and be like, hey, it's so-and-so, for me to know who you are unless I'm literally in your face. But yeah, so I don't want to make this intro video a little too long, but basically that's just what I wanted to do. And I also wanted to say that I want to make these videos not for people to get triggered or offended, or if I say something that where it makes you as a parent feel attacked, that is not my intention, I swear. So please don't come for me. The reason I'm choosing to make these videos is to share my experiences and what I went through growing up, and what I'm dealing with now as an adult with this eye condition. I feel like a lot of people think that when their children get this diagnosis, they think it's the end of the world. Oh, they're never gonna find someone to fall in love with, they're never gonna go to college, they're never gonna get a job, they're never gonna get married. That is the furthest thing. I don't know why parents think this, but I'm here to tell you, we can do well, not everything, but pretty much a lot of things that regular people can do. We just have to have our own way of doing it. I feel like having this eye condition, if anything, it makes us more creative, because we have to figure out how to do things our own way. So it's not the end of the world if you get a achromatopsia diagnosis. I'm here to tell you, you can live a full happy life, you can get a job, you can go to college, you could do whatever you set your mind to, you can do it. It's just a little harder for us, so we have to work harder at that. But yeah, you guys, please stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. I promise you, I have lots of videos that I'm planning on making, specifically talking about certain topics, and I got a lot of good ideas of topics that a lot of parents of children with achromatopsia told me. Let me know specifically that they would want to hear about, or how I do things. So I have lots of videos that I'm planning on making, but like I said, this is just my intro. So if you're curious to hear about the saga that is my life, please subscribe, like this video, and I promise you guys I have lots more to come. Alright, bye you guys, take care.